Coming up, a new interim CEO has been named for UIHC.
And later, I'm in the newsroom with candidate for governor Deidre DeZier's thoughts on Iowa's new tax plan.
The Iowa men's basketball team put up a strong fight last night in Carver, but was it enough to take down the Boilermakers? I'll tell you more in sports.
Winter isn't over just yet, Hawkeyes. I'll tell you more in weather. All that and more coming up on this Friday morning edition of DITV News. Don't go anywhere. DITV News starts right now. Good morning and thank you for tuning in. I'm Julia Richards. Republican senators in Iowa are introducing a cut to Iowa's tax rates. DITV News Director Elizabeth Neruda is in the newsroom to tell us more about what that entails. Elizabeth, what does this new tax plan involve?
Essentially, the plan is to get the tax rate to a flat 3.6% over the next 5 years. By 2026, they are getting rid of tax brackets as well as decreasing the corporate tax rate and ending the retirement income tax. The Senate Majority Leader Jack Whitmer says that this plan should save the average Iowan about $1,500 a year. However, some low-income Iowans could actually see a tax increase under this plan.
And this legislative tax plan is largely based on Kim Reynolds' 4% flat tax. How are Democrats in the state feeling about this?
Well, Julia, Iowa gubernatorial candidate Deidre DeZier was at the university this week talking to University of Iowa Democrats. And in her speech, she criticized Governor Kim Reynolds' emphasis on tax cuts. She believes we should be more focused on investing in things like childcare, healthcare, and mental health resources.
So in a time where we're having challenges making ends meet as a state, I think it's not productive to talk about cutting back. We've got to figure out how we invest so Iowa grows. You know, we're the field of dreams. And what's a field if it's not growing?
The legislature's tax proposal will be filed this week with Senate Ways and Means. Back to you, Julia.
Thanks, Elizabeth. UI Hospitals and Clinics has appointed an interim CEO. Kimberly Hunter will take over Suresh Ganasekaran's spot on March 1st. Currently, Hunter is Chief Nurse Executive of UIHC, and she has served in this position for almost a year. Ganasekaran is planning to work with Hunter through February to prepare her for the position. UIHC is confident in her abilities to step into the position smoothly. The UIHC expects to announce their national search for their new permanent CEO soon. And get ready for a greener and cleaner city, Hawkeyes. 4 new electric buses have joined the previously all-diesel fleet of transportation vehicles in the downtown area. These buses come as a result of a 2017 climate action plan in which Iowa City won over $3 million in federal grants to make these eco-friendly options a reality. Iowa City's Director of Transportation, Darian Nagelgam, believes these buses will make an impact.
The estimate is that it will only use 5% of the total diesel demand of a regular diesel bus. So it's a 95% reduction in, greenhouse gas emissions related to diesel fuel, which is outstanding.
The Department of Transportation continues to study the bus's abilities and adaptability to cold weather. And Iowa City residents can expect to see more electric transportation options in the future as the Department of Transportation phases out diesel buses. A new mobile coffee option is coming soon to Iowa City. Cafe on the Go is an idea Rachel Scott has been working on for a long time. She wanted to serve multiple areas that might not have as much coffee accessibility.
It's not a lot of locations where I can just jump up and grab something. And so I thought about being mobile.
This allows her to go and travel to different areas, including factories, universities, and parks. Scott has attached a converted pop-up camper to her vehicle that will have her freshly roasted coffee, refreshers, and more. Currently, Scott works at Café de Sol Coffee Roasting Company and plans to take over the company when the current owner retires. She has more plans for the future.
I want at least 1 to 2 more mobile units, so that way I can be in different areas. I want to be able to be in Cedar Rapids, North Liberty, and other places where I think people enjoy the products at.
Currently, customers can order products by Facebook messaging or emailing Scott, and she can deliver them to businesses or households. You can find her menu and contact information at thecafeonthego.com. It's going to be a chilly weekend, Hawkeyes. Today will be 15 degrees and partly cloudy with a low of 3 degrees. Saturday will be a bit warmer with a high of 32 and a low of 18. Sunday's temps will cool back down to the mid-20s, and we'll have a short break from the extreme cold Monday and Tuesday with highs hovering around 40. Temperatures will drop at the end of next week, and we even might see some snow. And the Hawks took on the Boilermakers last night, and I heard it was a nail-biter, Sarah. Can you tell us more?
Thanks, Julia. The Iowa Hawkeyes had a tough matchup in front of the last night as number 6 Purdue Boilermakers came into Carver Hawkeye Arena. Purdue would prove their high rankings fast, jumping out to a 24-11 lead halfway through the first. Iowa would struggle to get anything going offensively and would enter the half down 48-33, but the Hawkeyes would not go down without a fight. Iowa would claw their way back into the game and cut the game within 4 points. Sadly, the Boilermakers' insane three-point shooting would be too much for the Hawkeyes to complete their comeback as they would fall to Purdue 83-73.
I just didn't think we played. I don't think we competed in the first half the way you have to compete to beat a team of this caliber. You know, you're proud of the guys, you know, for fighting the way they did, but then you're disappointed because, like, they know better, you know, so you know, hopefully we'll learn from it.
The Hawkeyes will look to rebound next game as they travel to Penn State for battle with the Nittany Lions. A top 2 matchup is coming to Carver Hawkeye Arena tonight. The second-ranked Iowa Hawkeyes hope to extend their win streak to 30 straight as they face off against the Penn State Nittany Lions. This is the first meet for the Hawkeyes since they dropped from number 1 to number 2 after 28 consecutive weeks on the top. This matchup is not only important for the two teams as they are both undefeated this season, but the competitiveness within the Big Ten is huge. Getting a win tonight could help with the team in the future when it comes to the postseason.
This is the next event on the calendar, and we got to be ready. And there's some big matches that, you know, there's a lot at stake in these matches when you look at all that's at stake. And, you know, seeding and those things and just being able to move forward it's easier when you have success. And there's just a lot of reasons to go out there and do your job and shine.
The Hawks hope to reclaim their top spot in the rankings tonight in front of a sold-out crowd. The Hawks take the mat at 8:15. The Hawkeyes are on a quest for revenge. The Iowa women's basketball team is back on the road to battle the Northwestern Wildcats tonight. Northwestern handed Iowa its only Big Ten loss so far this season earlier this month. The Wildcats have snagged the last 3 wins in this series, but the 23-ranked Hawkeyes are planning their best basketball they've played in weeks, and head coach Lisa Bluter is eager to face the Wildcats once soon again.
They seem to have our number a little bit, but I think we're playing better basketball right now. And so it's a great time for us to go in there.
Northwestern's stellar defense silenced Iowa in their previous meetings. The Hawkeyes will have to get creative in their offensive attack if they want to come out on top.
You know, we have to be ready for that zone. That zone defense is very different, and we have to be ready to be able to score against it.
Tip-off for tonight's game is set for 7 p.m. and the Hawkeyes will return to Carver Hawkeye Arena on Monday night to take on the Ohio State Buckeyes. Iowa Volleyball named 2 new coaches to its coaching staff yesterday. Brian Yale will serve as assistant head coach. He worked alongside current head coach Jim Barnes in the same position at Tulane University, and Audrey Marcellus will serve as assistant coach. She is previously held the same position for 1 season at Oral Roberts. Barnes believes both coaches will make an impact both for Iowa volleyball recruiting process and the next season. Be sure to check out thedailyiowan.com for all your latest Hawkeye sports updates. Now back to you, Julia.
Thank you, Sarah, and thank you for tuning in to DITV News. Head over to thedailyiowan.com for all your latest news between Monday and Friday, and tune in next week for another news and sports update. For DITV News, I'm Julia Richards. Have a great day.